Hello. Most of you will know that my name is Alan McFarlane. I'm Scottish. I'm married to a Scottish lady called Catherine. No kids, and I live in Barcelona. I've worked as a lawyer in commercial litigation. I've worked as a multinational director in different places in the world, and I've also now become an executive coach and business consultant. That's a fairly standard biographical introduction. We've all done them in our lives many times. And I'm here to share what a rich introduction can look like. And so I'd like you to meet Yashin. Yashin is a young man. He works selling flowers on the streets of Cairo. You can't see his feet, but if you could, the skin is gnarled hard like that of elephant's feet. And I met Yashin when he was a young boy. He used to come and knock on the glass window of the internet cafe in Cairo, where I sat writing my book on post-revolution Egypt. He was persuasive. At that time he sold paper tissues, and I used to buy a packet or two. And he's sufficiently influential at his young age, he must have been 8 or 9, to have me set myself up with an account in the internet cafe, so that in the periods when I wasn't in Cairo, he could enter and play the games and do what he wanted to on the internet. We've looked after him as best we could over the years. He doesn't have a father. His father died when he was very young. His mother has also just passed away. And we've tried to, help him financially within limits and respectful of local standards. We've given him, my wife and I, given him English classes to try and give him a start in life. And we've sent him books when he was in hospital after his accident, when a car ran over his feet, and that was when he was selling flowers in the rush hour up and down the lines of traffic. I've known him for a number of years now, and I've taken photographs of him at different stages, different times, and I shared recently that photograph with a very good friend of mine who's a retired professor of English literature and drama of New Orleans University, now living in Portland, Oregon. And she wrote back and said, I think of him as your child in that wonderful broad sense, understanding that all children are our children, but some are closer than others. And it struck me then, reading, and I hold close to me now, that there are more ways than one to be a father. And I do hope that I've been effective in that role in the years I've known Yashin. So I'm going to switch, and you can clearly see I'm touched and moved thinking of him. And just say, that I wouldn't be surprised if some of you at the moment are feeling a bit closer to me. Some of you may be wishing to share something back about you and your lives, a similar experience or a similar personal experience, even if it's a different subject matter. And through this, we create a kind of trust exchange. I actually honour you in a sense with the trust that you will receive and hold the introduction and the story, and Yashin and me. And I would do likewise when you shared a story of similar type with myself. So we create a trust exchange. And why do we do this? Why will we be encouraging you to do this when we meet up in April? Is because when you get closer to each other, when you have that trust exchange, then together you're much more open to explore together, share feedback together, be direct, and through that open exploration and frankness, discover more, learn more, and find better solutions to whatever challenge or initiative or project that you're working on. So we'll be sending out a brief on how to do this and how to prepare yourself. There's nothing you have to do in writing to send to us, but we'd like you to just think about what kind of story you'd like to tell. And we'll be sharing some of these aid memoirs. So it could be a pivotal moment of your life when things happen and something happened and you made a certain decision in a certain way. You know, what was that? Where did it lead you? What resulted from it? It could be a crucible moment where certain circumstances all came together and somehow they combined, and in that moment you were in some way forged. It might be a happy time, the happiest times of your life. What were you doing? What was activated? How did you feel? Or it could be a really sad time in your life when you've gone through difficulties, or someone you know has gone through difficulties, or you've lost someone. What was it? How did you feel? How did you cope? What did you learn? What have you used to keep going? It can also be, just what are your truest, deepest values? What will you champion? What will you never let past you? So these are just some ways that you can enter into this space. And we will also be sharing with you some techniques, narrative techniques, storytelling techniques. It was a 6th of October 1981 and my life changed forever. I've always really wanted to. Things like that which can just help you into it. So hopefully this has served as an illustration of what a rich introduction is, what its effect can have, and how to think about preparing one for yourself, so that when you do come together in your newly formed quads, you can introduce yourselves to each other in your quad richly and set the basis for a fantastic trust-filled period of working together on your project and enhance the prospects of success. Thank you.